Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another death predictions video. This one will be for Season 2 of AMC's Fear the Walking Dead. Alright, and keep sending me your guys' questions for another Fear the Walking Dead Q&A, because I'll probably be doing one this week at some certain point in time. Of course, in and around the regular Walking Dead Episode 2 stuff that we're going to be doing. Of course, see you guys back tonight again for the review for The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 2, JSS. So I wanted to do this video before it gets kind of too long, since the series has ended and a lot of people kind of forget about Fear in terms of the first season. So the second season, it's going to be a while. You know, we're looking at probably late spring, early summer for the second season of Fear the Walking Dead. 15 episodes, which is a lot better than the first season, which was only 6. But with how much they included in the finale of Season 1 with the 6th episode, you know, it did cover a lot, and it was pretty epic, to be honest. It was one of the best episodes I've seen of a show in a really long time. Some people liked it better than the Walking Dead Season 6 premiere, so and that doesn't really surprise me, because it was a really awesome episode with a huge character death at the end, and very emotional, I want to say. So our characters for Fear the Walking Dead. Right now, I've narrowed it down to 9. Those are our kind of Season 1 characters that we kind of take into the next season, and we see them change, we see them grow, we see them develop, or the opposite, and be killed off. So it should be some fun. So what do we think? Okay, let's start off from the top. So number 1, I'm going to put as Trevis. Of course, with how the season ended for Fear the Walking Dead Season 1, Trevis is, I want to say, our lead character right now in the show. Me personally, I thought it was going to be Madison, because Kim Dickens is big actress in that, and I mean, Cliff Curtis is huge too as well as Trevis. He's got so much experience, it's insane. But with him, I was thinking they'd probably kill him off and then have Madison be the lead to differentiate it from the original series, and have a female lead, which would be much different than Rick as the lead in the original Walking Dead. But maybe they feel like we need to have that strong male lead as a leader of the community type of deal, and maybe it shouldn't be a female. So we'll see where they go with that, and what happens between the two of them, and which out of the two of Trevis and Madison survive in the long run of the show. I don't think the show is going to end after just a couple seasons or anything. I think it's going to be a good show for at least 5 seasons or more, hopefully more. So Trevis being our number 1 guy, the big question is Trevis the Fear of the Walking Dead's Rick? If you'll notice, they even have him wear similar type of attire to Rick, the same kind of shirts that Rick wears. He's wearing like blue, but has kind of the collar, that long sleeve, that kind of thing. And he does have some parallels to Rick, but he's definitely weaker than Rick was at the beginning of Fear of the Walking Dead, or of the Walking Dead originally, of not wanting to kill. Not even a zombie is, with a sniper scope, which is pretty distance, in terms of having to pull the trigger is pretty easy. So, he wasn't even able to do that. But I think the point of that was for them to show us where Trevis is at the beginning, and then to see what he will become or what he will transform into later on in the series. So for him, that's the big question. Is he Fear of the Walking Dead's Rick or not? The second one is Madison, of course. She's our kind of our second biggest character, I want to say, in the show. And for her, especially because in the original Walking Dead, we never really had kind of a strong. I mean, Carol has been a strong surviving female, but in terms of the relationship aspect, Lori didn't make it. So for Fear the Walking Dead to be different, Madison, I think, is a survivor. I would be very, very surprised, shocked if they killed off Madison in Season 2. So for her, I'm going to say definitely not. For Trevis, it's a question of whether or not he is the Walking Dead's Rick or not. If he is, then he'll be, probably set for at least 4 or 5 seasons. If not, then we could see him Season 2, maybe Season 3 late, big death, similar to the Shane death or something like that. If they want to follow the similar formula. They seem to be following mostly the same formula as the original Walking Dead, which is kind of the Scott Gimple approach since he took over, where you have character deaths, but they're used wisely, they're spread out, they're not all kind of jumbled up together like Season 3 with The Walking Dead, where you have, with Glenn Mazzara, you have multiple deaths and everything happening super fast and kind of crazy. The new series, Fear the Walking Dead, seems to be more like our current Walking Dead type of story where you have deaths, but they're spread out. So Madison, I'm going to say survivor. Travis, probably a survivor, probably our Walking Dead version of Rick. I think my initial prediction was probably incorrect, that he probably won't be killed off in season 2, maybe season 3. But again, that comes back to that question. Next is Christopher. So Liza's son, of course, Travis's son, who doesn't have his mom anymore. Him and Alycia have either kind of a stepbrother, stepsister, or whatever that relationship is, type of friendly thing going on. Some people talking about them possibly getting together. It'd be kind of weird seeing as how their parents are also together, but hey, weird things happen in a zombie apocalypse, so it could happen. Between the two of them, who would survive between the two, or will they kill off either one? I tend to think they're going to kill off one of the two. Alycia, we kind of know her purpose there. She's basically the Fear the Walking Dead's Maggie, right? So she's like the same kind of deal as Maggie. You want to have a good-looking girl in the series, that's who they chose, and there she is right there for, especially for the younger guys that are around that age, 18, 19. A lot of the viewer base, they do it in video games too. It's very common in movies, especially survival horror ones. So she's got that going for her, that she probably will make it for a while, because that's her purpose there, unless they replace her, which you do have Alycia as well too, but she's kind of a different age, right? So then you've got Chris. With him, man, that's hard to tell. If I have to compare him to like the Walking Dead's Carl, I don't think he's the same kind of character as Carl, and I do think they'll probably kill him off at some point in time within the next few seasons. Maybe a big season 2 death, maybe season 3. We'll have to see. Next we go to Nick. So he's like Daryl. I know I'm drawing comparisons between the characters quite a bit, but it's just easy to do because a lot of them have such similar qualities to our original Walking Dead cast. So Nick is like the Walking Dead's Daryl, where he feels at home more in the zombie apocalypse than he did in the real world, which is the same thing with Daryl exactly from the original Walking Dead. So for him, I think he's probably good for a while. He gets himself in trouble in bad situations, but that's just to kind of propel the story and just to kind of make it interesting. So I think he's probably safe for a while, and I would be shocked if they killed off Nick in season 2 or season 3. Next from that, we have Strand. So yeah, him and Trevis, I feel like with regards to leadership of the group, there's going to be a conflict between the two of them. Trevis is a high school, good, honest high school teacher, this kind of thing. Strand it seems to be an entrepreneur and a really badass guy talking about value add and stuff like that. I don't think he'll take second to anybody, Strand. He's got to be in charge. He's got to be the number one. So the two of them are probably going to have some kind of conflict, and we'll see if Strand ends up becoming a villain, maybe a season 2 finale death type deal, similar to what happened with Shane and Rick. That'd be an interesting parallel if they were able to draw that. But I don't think you can have both Strand and Trevis with the group over an extended period of time. I think they're going to fight for leadership. I think that's going to be a problem. So again, nothing to go on in terms of comic book series or anything like that, just the characters, their qualities, and that's how we're doing this prediction, because that's all we got to go by right now, right? So there's Strand. So I do think he'll be killed off in 2 or 3 probably, or become our main villain that could survive for a while, right? So something like that. All right, let's see. Next thing we got Dan Salazar. So he's pretty badass, man. He's a lot of fun to watch. It wasn't behind him with the torture stuff, but definitely in the finale that was fun when he kind of sucked the sucked the herd out and just kind of gave it to him. Here's hey, zombies. So that was fun. With him, I feel like he's the type of Herschel situation, except definitely different qualities. Maybe season 3, season 4, season 5, something like that. But season 2, that'd be a little early. I would be surprised if they killed him off as well in season 2. Number 8 is Alycia, and with her, I feel like what is going to be the purpose of her in the show? And yeah, I think she might be an easy kill for them at some point in time in season 2, because I just don't see what they're going to do with her in the future. That would leave Dan by himself as the last survivor in his family. That would be rough for him. But I see her as somebody who might be a little easier for them to kill. And then finally we got Tobias, who is still alive, confirmed by Dave Erickson. If they didn't show us him dying, that means he's still out there somewhere. So hopefully we'll see him in season 2 or onward. Hopefully it's not a Morales situation, but I think he's gonna make it because he's so smart. He's kind of like Eugene. He just figures stuff out. So in conclusion, most likely for me are Alycia, Chris, and then possibly Strand, depending on what they do with him as a villain. So let me know what your guys' death predictions are. Remember, this is early stuff. Season 1 just finished. I wanted to do it before it's been too long of a wait since it finished. But write your comments below on who you guys think they'll kill off. Look at the list. Think about it. Who could you see them killing off in Season 2? And what direction do you think they're going to take with the show? If you were writing it, what would you do? Write your death predictions below, guys. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share. Please favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again tonight. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.